I am so excited because I have a client who's been to actually several of my group readings with me, and she agreed to ask me some questions and for me to record it so you can hear some of the regular questions that you would hear in a group reading. So, because a lot of people are really always asking, like, what do you ask in a group reading? These are some samples of what she came up with that she normally hears at group readings, but they're specific to her. Okay, you ready? Here we go.
Hey Ruth, I wanted to start with a relatively easy one. Do I have any messages from my angels and guides?
I will tell you, most people have messages from their angels and guides, and usually it's the messages that when you're really quiet, you'll get. But I will tell you, you have three of them. The first message is congratulations of something that you've just recently been through. So there's something that you've been through recently that they're like, congratulations, like, yay, you took care of this. Number two would be that there are some new changes coming, and I do see boxes involved in this change. So there is some type of move or something, because there's not just one box, there's several boxes in the flow of things. The third one is that I do feel like there's money coming around you. So that's your third one. Your third one comes in. I don't feel like the money comes like right away. I do feel like the money comes in closer as we get towards January timeframe. I really ping on that January timeframe, and I don't mean just like an extra $100 or an extra $50 or something like that. I mean a couple of $1,000s. This could be a year-end bonus, it could be something else, but it's going to be several dollar signs coming in, or there's some money coming in. But it's not just like I said, $50 or $100. It's not like, okay, I could go have a nice dinner. This is going to be like, wow, this is awesome.
Okay, yeah. Well, I did go through a breakup recently, so that makes sense. And I am looking to move, so that kind of leads me into my next question. When is a good time energetically for me to start looking physically at my next apartment complexes that I have in mind?
I will say, because you are very clairsensitive and that sort of thing, what I would highly suggest for anybody who's clairsensitive that is going to be moving, especially like an apartment complex, like go park at the front office and literally just go walk through the whole thing, and keep asking yourself as you pass each building, not just like, oh, I walked through 5 buildings and now here we go. Like, how do you feel in this space? Do you feel comfortable in the space? I don't mean like you need to ground and do a meditation, but just kind of like, do I feel safe? Do I feel secure? Do I feel like this is a great location for me? And just kind of keep moving in that energy. And I will tell you, usually you'll end up with just like 1 or 2 top contenders when you do something like that. You'll walk through one and you'll just be like, this is not it. And another one you'll be like, ooh, I could see myself here for a while. Like, I really like this. So that's the best energy for you, is to really walk around and kind of feel the energy of what's going on.
Okay. Any particular time, like in December or January, is probably when I start looking on apartments. Any time frame around there that would be a good time for me to go and look, at least energetically wise.
So they're telling me January 13th.
Okay.
They said January 13th, so that would be like your kickoff time of like need to start. One of the things that they're telling me is there is going to be like a really cold winter this winter.
Mm-hmm.
So this is something to be cautious about, but it also gives you a good chance of kind of talking to the apartment complexes. How are they dealing with an emergency like this? Like, how are they dealing with power being off, water being off, all that kind of stuff? Like, how are they, not only dealing with this winter, but how did they deal with the winter when we just had like in 2021? How did they deal with that? Because that's going to give you an idea of like not only how they deal with you, but how do they deal with the other people.
Okay. All right. That makes sense. Another one I have is for my career path. Should I pursue an external sales position?
No.
Oh, okay. Should I stay within, like, not within the department I'm in, but within the internal kind of realm, like within the company, not traveling the field or anything?
I get the field is resonating more than the other one, but if you give me, like, I know you don't want to be too, like, give me one idea.
Let's say product management and or strategic accounts versus
Product management.
external sales.
Product management.
Okay.
That's I needed a little bit more information on that one.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, perfect. Are my cats happy?
Your cats are happy. I will say, just because I already know her, she has 3 cats. So just so I know, Sweet Baby Ray, the little black one, is kind of sad because of the breakup and that sort of thing, more than the other 2 are. So Sweet Baby Ray is kind of like dealing with that energy of like, I'm still missing the other person. So you just need to keep reiterating that he still loves you, and that, you know what I'm saying? It's like, no matter what, you're still connected to him, but it's one of those, like, he's not around anymore.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? He still loves you, but it's one of those, and sometimes she thinks it's her fault.
Okay.
So just like a child, it's like, it's not her fault, and he still loves her, even if you're making up total lies. That's okay. She'll believe it. You know what I'm saying? Now, which one the one that has tummy issues?
Toby.
Toby has tummy issues. His tummy is a little nervous lately, or it's about to start. If it's not been the last like day or 2, it's going to be like tonight and tomorrow, like really, really soon. But he goes through bouts of like picking up like undigested information that you like someone gives you and you're just like, throw it out. And so he picks that up for you energetically. And so that causes his stomach issues.
Okay.
So it doesn't mean that you need to take in someone else's ideas, but like if you thought about it for another 20 seconds or 30 seconds and then let it go, it would be like, now it's discarded. Like I've thought about it, instead of just like instantly like no. If you were like, okay, should I incorporate this idea into my life? And then really like, what would that mean for me? How would that change? And kind of really think about it, and only give it like 20 or 30 seconds, like literally that's it. And then going, okay, this deems more thinking, like I need to think on this more, or I need to let this completely go. But either way, it's going to give him less energy to kind of pick up around you.
Okay. And the last one is, when am I going to meet my husband?
So I feel like it's going to be really soon. And I feel like much different than your last relationship. And I do feel like this one's going to start out slow, like a friend, that sort of thing, kind of reconnecting with somebody. So it may be like you're reconnecting for someone that you've known in the past, and this is their friend.
Okay.
I do feel like this is someone who's like really detail oriented, like very much into details. I feel like an engineer or something like that detail oriented mind, like a physician or like, does that make sense? Like really detailed. It may not be that, but I just feel like that's that detailed about it. I also feel like working with computers, multiple computers around. Also seem like pushing off from the desk. Like he's at a desk and he's like pushes off and he flips around and he goes to another computer. So he may have like several computers set up. So he literally has like computers on this wall and this wall, and he like flies between the 2 of them in his chair back and forth. So I'm like, interesting. But I do feel like he is building his career. I do feel like he is ready to settle down and kind of find a really great relationship. I get the numbers like 5 and 6 around him. And I get it's connected somewhere to his birth date. The numbers 5 and 6.
Okay.
Anything else? Any other questions?
Those were the main questions that I had that I know are frequently asked in the group reading.
They are. I will tell you that that's kind of the fun part about group reading, because you'll have so many different people with so many different questions. And so one person will ask about like when should they start dating, and the other one will ask when they and it's one of those, each answer is like specifically for them, which is kind of cool and fun. But I also move up and down and in and out of everybody's energy as I move around. I think I figured out that on average I move during a group reading about 1,200 steps per hour. So that gets me in and out of everybody else's energy, which is kind of one of those like fun facts. I thank you so much for joining me today, and I know that we'll be talking again soon.